I'm Erika of beadingschool.com, and you are watching No One Has to Bead Alone, my weekly open beading workshop to make sure that every beader all around the world has company. Please let me know in a comment if you can hear me, if you can see me well. You should be able to watch this video from the Beading School Facebook page and also from the Beading School YouTube channel. Hopefully all is working well. Please let me know in a comment. Today we are going to bead Zuzi's amazing SHELLSONG motif. It is a jewel that was inspired by the newest Beading School academic collection that we are working with nowadays. It's called Towards the Lighthouse, and these are the colors and some of the shapes, and as you can see, it brings us towards the sea and towards a lighthouse on the seashore, and maybe within ourselves. I see Lita saying hello. Thank you so much for your nice compliment, and I hope that you are doing well, Lita. After the surgery, Antoinette is here, and she says that the sound is great. Ariana, imagine I am so close to you these days because I'm also in Germany, visiting a dear friend from high school. If Katja is here, then I am really close to Katja, actually. And Violetta, Ginny, Sherry, Patricia. Indeed, it's a different background. My friend might have put it up for the birthday celebrations of her children because they both had birthdays, but I will imagine that it's because I have arrived. The beautiful celebrations, it's actually beading school colors, so it would be fitting. Angelina is here. Lita is feeling better. Amazing. I'm happy for you, dear Lita. Elena, Martika, Vanya. So as I said, we are beading today Zuzi's SHELLSONG earring. And this is what she said about the inspiration. I live in Slovakia, and we don't have a sea. Every time I visit a different country with a seaside, I am excited about it. It opens up a new horizon, experience, and inspiration. This design is inspired by fragments you may spot on a seashore, summer memories, and the feeling of walking along the shoreline. With eyes to the ground, hands brushing against time-worn shells, beads of sea glass, and tiny treasures shaped by the waves. Each component in this piece holds a memory of such a moment, of salty air, of the wind playing with your hair, of sunlight reflecting from the water. The colors echo soft ocean blues, reds of the lighthouse brick, or paint of a boat maybe, the sand-washed creams, and the deep mystery of marine shadows. So lovely ladies, please make sure to join the Beading School Club on Facebook. So after we bead this amazing motif with Zuzi, you can share your jewels, your bracelets, your earrings, your necklaces, your pendants, your brooches. You can ask your questions if you have any. And also you can just enjoy the company, compliment each other, and have fun between fellow creatives. And as Martika says, the story that Zuzi wrote for us truly reflects this design. And I have already beaded the first one, and today's earring will be exactly the same. So I will have a finished pair by the end of the video, and I am really, really looking forward to it. Lovely ladies, please make sure to share this video with your beading friends. Tell them about Beading School, tell them about No One Has to Bead Alone, tell them about Zuzi and her cute design. hit the share button, like and follow the Beading School YouTube channel and the Beading School Facebook page. It truly makes a difference. I'm not saying that because it's just a small thing to do, but for us, it does matter a lot. You can really make a difference with this if you are spreading the word about Beading School and the amazing community that you are shaping together. So, lovely ladies, the tutorial, the PDF version that makes it easier for you to follow today's workshop and also makes it easier to get back to SHELLSONG later, it's already waiting for you at novanehastobedalone.com. And as always, you can download it in 2 ways. So since I started with No One Has to Bead Alone in 2020 in March, when the pandemic hit, it originally had really like a social goal, because as we all stayed at home and suddenly we felt isolated, then I'm not a doctor, I'm not a teacher in a classic way, so I was looking for for a way how to contribute. And I thought that mental health being such an important topic for me, also because of personal reasons, that No One Has to Bead Alone, through No One Has to Bead Alone, I can contribute to the mental well-being of our amazing beading world. And we are still going strong after more than 5 years, and I'm so grateful to see your enthusiasm. And still, after so much time, if you navigate to novanehastobedalone.com, then there are 2 ways how you can download the PDF. You can either download it through the yellow button as a gift from me and Beading School, and this option is available for you for 3 days after the workshop already now. Or you can check out through the Bead Shop and support Beading School and the community this way. So the motif today, it gives you plenty of opportunities to personalize it, because even if we draw and phrase every step to make it easy for you to follow the tutorial and to make sure that in the end you are happy and proud of yourself, there are so many possibilities to personalize it and make it your own. As you can see, Zuzi prepared for you some ideas how you can join the motifs into a bracelet, into bigger earrings in different ways, or even into a statement necklace. You can even grow the motif beyond her original, so you can maybe combine smaller and bigger versions of it. So the designer is Zuzi, and you can find more from her tutorials in the designer zone of the Beading School Bead Shop. And she is famous for her very clever thread passes. So even through the smaller, but also through the bigger motifs that are waiting for you in the designer zone from Zuzi, you can truly learn a lot. So today's motif, it comes from the Towards the Lighthouse Beading School Academy theme box. We have very few from the fuchsia level big theme boxes left. I checked it before the video. So if you would like to become a Beading School Academy student during this theme, or if you would like to have an additional box, then go for it, dear ladies. There are still some left, but not a big amount. I'm also posting the link into the comment field. Ariana says that Zuzi is also famous for her cute designs, not only her thread passes. Indeed. And I will now switch to... I nearly skipped the material list. I will read you the material list. Everything is also available, of course, in the Beading School bead shop. Let's make a quick check together. I am also checking my own bead mat if I have prepared everything. And then after the material list, I'm going to switch to my hand camera and we are off to bead together. So the focal is an 8mm Preciosa nacre cabochon. Beware, these are already discontinued, so what's left we have already uploaded to the Beading School bead shop. If you like them, grab them, because there won't be more of this Preciosa, sadly, and I am personally also super sad about it. They stopped producing these amazing components. Zuzi's SHELLSONG, it works with the chaton too, so we will be able to bead this in the future. But for the original, you do need the Preciosa nacre cabochon in the 8mm size. So one of those is the focal. You will need for each motif 12 pieces of quarter tillas, and Nidhi says that she loves the pop of the red quarter tillas. It makes it beautiful, and I agree with you, Nidhi, so much. You will also need 4 pieces of 4mm bicone beads, Preciosa bicone beads for each motif, 8 pieces of 3mm bicone beads, 10 pieces of 3mm pearls, round pearls, 8 pieces of 3mm fire polished beads, 4 pieces of true to fire polished beads, and then a small amount of round 11 and round 15 Miyuki seed beads and size 11 Miyuki Delica beads. Lovely ladies, do you have any questions about the material list? If you have any other questions not connected to the material list and not connected to the design itself, I would like to kindly ask you to make a note of your questions, and there will be ample space and time at the very end of the video today when you can ask all kinds of questions. I will do my best to answer them. And now, please help me to stay focused, stay on track, and yeah, have a beautiful new earring at the very end. Chelsea also joined in the meantime, and Ellen, and Terry is here, and Linda, and Corinne, Sherry, Jen, Judy, and altogether nearly 60 beaders today. So Ariana says, no questions, let's start beading. So I will show you the video of the Academy box, and in the meantime, I will switch to my other camera. See you in a little while, ladies. So I am back, and please let me know if you can still hear me and still see me. You should be able to see the first illustration, and you should be able to see my bead mat and red nails matching the red quartertillas. And thank you for the compliment, Martika. I love this necklace so much. It's made with one of the art cabochons from the Rosetta Window collection, actually the Rosetta Window cabochon. So I absolutely love wearing it. Can you see me, ladies? Is the techie side all right? In the meantime, Angelina says that she was really looking forward to this design because she finds it very versatile to make all sorts of jewelry. So true. And Jennifer says that it's loud and clear. Malia also says all good. So let's start beading. So we will start with some quarter tilla beads and size 15 Miyuki seed beads. We will pick up 4 identical groups of a pair of quarter tilla, size 15, 1 quarter tilla, and 1 more size 15. So this is one group of beads. 2 quarter tillas, size 15, 1 quarter tilla, size 15. And we need to pick up the same group 3 more times. So again, 2 quarter tillas, size 15, 1 quarter tilla, size 15. That was my second group. My third group, 2 quarter tillas, size 15, 1 quarter tilla, size 15. That makes it 3. And then the fourth one, 2 quarter tillas, size 15, 1 quarter tilla, size 15. So I have the 4 identical groups of beads on my thread, and now I will bead through all of them one more time to strengthen the thread path. I'm always very attentive when I create the first round because, well, that is the base of the design and it really determines how strong it will be, how long lasting it will be. So always make sure that you create a good base. Zuzi even suggests tying a knot here, so that's what I'm going to do. And from my experience with the first motif that I beaded today in the morning, I can say that we really need to pull the working end and the tail thread when tying that knot to make it last, because indeed, as Zuzi says in the PDF, we need this knot so the cabochon won't fall out through the backside. Now that I have tied the knot, I will continue through the inside holes of the first pair of quarter tillas, and then I turn to the opposite direction by beading through the open outside holes of both quarter tillas in the same pair. So this is how it looks like at the moment. And we can now continue to step 2. In step 2, we will use the beautiful Tiffany, well, in my case, the Tiffany blue pearls. Maybe you have a different set of colors on your bead mats, and I can't wait to see your color combinations later in the Beading School Club. You are always so creative when it comes to playing with colors. And now I'm exiting the pair of quarter tillas. I pick up 1 3mm pearl and I bead through the outside hole of the single quarter tilla. Then again, I pick up a pearl, I bead through the outside holes of the pair, and so on until I fill all the gaps with the 3mm pearls. In the meantime, also, Bernadette joined us, and Marie-Cécile, who actually traveled to Limoges to see the cathedral that inspired the previous Beading School Academy team. Such a nice journey, Marie-Cécile. I'm so glad that you shared some pictures from your trip in the Beading School Club, and I'm really happy that you had a nice time. I'm adding my penultimate pearl, and when I pick up my very last pearl. Then I bead through the outside holes of the pair of quarter-tillas, the first pearl that I picked up at the beginning of this step, and the outside hole of the single quarter-tilla in between two pearls. So this is how it looks like. Did you ladies manage to tie a strong knot? How is it going? Please let me know. And in the meantime, I will switch to step 3 and keep an eye on your comments. And now it will be time. In step 3, we are inserting the cabochon. That's always a fun part. And for that, we will need to add some size 15 seed beads and 4 pieces of the 3mm Preciosa bicon beads. And I will always attach the combination of beads to the outside holes of the single quarter-tillas. We leave alone the pairs of quarter-tillas this time. I start by picking up 3 size 15 Miyuki seed beads, a bicon, and 3 more size 15 Miyuki seed beads. I skip everything in between and I bead through the outside hole of the next single quarter-tilla. So there will be kind of like an arch in between the two. The trick is that now, instead of picking up 3 new round Miyuki seed beads, I bead back through the last one, and that will be part of 2 groups of beads. So now, if I count it at the first one, and I always want to have groups of 3, I need to pick up only 2 more, 1 bicon, and then another group of 3. Now, I bead again through the outside hole of the next single quarter-tilla. I pull my thread tight, and again, I want that last Miyuki round 15 seed bead to become part of 2 groups. So I bead back through it, and then to achieve a group of 3, I only need to pick up 2 since I already have that first one. Then bicon bead, 3 more round 15s, and again, I can bead through the outside hole of the next single quarter-tilla. In the meantime, Ariane says, I think I made a strong knot and I have a nice strong vase. I'm happy for that, Ariane. I did leave it a little bit loose when I beaded my first one, and then my cabochon fall out, so I had to go back and do it again, so it's really important. And now, as I already have 3 arches of the seed beads and the bicons, now the last part of this step will be a little bit different. I bead back through the very last seed bead that I added. I slip in the cabochon and I will hold it down with my thumb. To have a group of 3, I need to pick up 2 round seed beads, a bicon, and since this is the last arch out of the 4, I want to use the very first seed bead to connect the third and the very first arch to each other. And that means that, again, I need only a group of 2. I bead towards the quarter-tilla through that very first bead that I mentioned. I bead through the quarter-tilla itself, pull my thread well, and I repeat a tiny bit of the thread path until exiting the first seed bead after a 3mm Preciosa bicon bead. So this is how it should look like at the moment. Please let me know how it's going. Niti already likes the colors. I'm so happy to see you more again, Niti. I've missed you during the last month. So good to have you back. This is the back side. And this is the front. But we need to add some more beads on the front to make it super secure. So in step 4, I am reaching for my true 2 fire polished beads and exiting that size 15 after a bicon, I pick up a true 2 fire polished bead and I bead through size 15, bicon, size 15 in the middle of the next group. And this is what I am doing all around. So always picking up a true 2, beading through size 15, bicon, size 15, all together adding 4 fire polished beads. Magic number for now is 4, and then a little bit later we will differentiate how the sides and the back and the top of the motif look like. But for now, 4 identical steps within a step, and we repeat the whole thread path because we also want to make the top of the bezel super secure. The back of the bezel is super secure thanks to that nice and strong knot that we beaded at the beginning, that we tied at the beginning. And now I also want to make sure that my cabochon stays where it is supposed to stay by repeating this part one more time. After the repetition, I bead through 2 size 15 seed beads towards the edge of the motif. Nicolene joined us also, and then a quarter tila and a 3mm round pearl. So this is how it looks like, and this is a very nice base motif. And I think this is also when you want to let the creative juices flowing, that it would be easy to start playing and maybe come up with a different variation. Or if you are fond of small earrings, then you can also use this as a stud earring or maybe as a super cute bracelet consisting of motifs like this. But I will continue because I like bigger motifs. And let me see what's happening in step 5. In step 5, I will need some 3mm fire polished beads. I will need some size 15s, and I will use some of the pretty milky delicate beads that I got in the team box. And I put them away, and now I accidentally grabbed the size 15s in the matching color. So I might be in trouble, ladies. Oh, I also found my delicas. They are very similar, even if one is called eucalyptus and the other one is matte gray blue, but I accidentally put on my bead mat the size 15s now, so be careful if you also have the box. And use the delicas. And Ariana says that indeed a flat pad ear stud, it's possible, it's a good idea, it's possible to glue it and insert it from the back and use this as a stud. But for now, I will continue with my motif. I bead through the outside holes of a pair of quarter tila and 3mm pearl. And I will fill the gaps in between the 3mm pearls. And when I have a small gap over a quarter tila bead, then I will always add a group of Delica size 15 Delica and then bead through the next 3mm pearl. And when I need to fill a big gap where I have the pairs of quarter tilas, then I pick up fire polished bead in the 3mm size, Delica bead, and another fire polished bead. So we are alternating between the two different groups of beads. Over the small gap, I have the Delica size 15 Delica combination. And when I fill the gap over the pairs of quarter tilas, then, easy to remember, I pick up the group of fire polished, Delica, fire polished. Big group goes into the big gap, small group goes into the small gap. So I will have 4 of the small groups and 4 of the big groups. As I said, the magic number in this case is 4. Angelina finds it super pretty already, and Ginny says that today she will rest because she has overworked her hands. And I think it's so nice, Ginny, that you are listening to what your body is telling you. You are not pushing through it, but still you are here to enjoy the company and to co-create the atmosphere here while beading together. I am now adding the last big group, and then I will continue until exiting the first fire polished bead from the first group that I added at the beginning of the step. Ariana says, it sounds like someone is preparing dinner in the meantime. Can you confirm that, Anita? I got a comment that it sounds like someone is preparing dinner in the meantime. Do you plan to feed me?
Yes, I'm preparing the dinner.
Good. Thank you so much. So I finished step 5. It seems I will be well fed after the video, and I'm really looking forward to it because my friend is an amazing cook. And let's see what's happening in step 6. So now I will repeat the thread path with a tiny modification. The tiny modification is that I bead through the groups of beads that I added in the previous step. However, I will always skip the middle bead. So it means that I will skip the Delica bead between the fire polished beads, making the V shape pointier. And I will always skip the round 15s between the Delica beads to also make that part of the decoration neater. Annette is asking what is the time here. So at the moment it's 5:35. So always when we meet for a coffee time with Erika or a no one has to bead alone video, then here in Central Europe it's 5 p.m. and we finish around 6 p.m. So it's like the end of the day for me. It was so different when last year I was broadcasting from Mexico and the videos have started at 10 a.m. and it was such a different feeling to start the day together, but I actually enjoyed it very, very much. And please keep me every finger crossed, because it is my dream that next year for the winter I will go to Mexico again. So we might meet for a morning coffee time again, more or less in one time zone with my US beading friends, and also with our beading friend from Peru and Costa Rica. So I'm getting close to finishing the repetition. Oh, I also hear some sizzling. And I want to finish this step by exiting a Miyuki Delica bead that is sitting in between two fire polished beads. By the way, fun fact, as many of you probably know, then some of us in the beading school team, we used to go to high school together, including, for example, Andrea and me, and Timmy, you know, the amazing red hair lady who is working in the treasury, and Anita, whom I am visiting. She also went to high school with us together. And actually, one day when she stopped by at beading school to visit her friends from high school, she actually was snatched into a room where a photo shoot was going on, and she is part of one of our videos. But for now, let's see what kind of other beads do we need to add. So I'm starting from a Miyuki Delica between fire polished beads. I pick up a combination of size 15, 3mm bicone bead, 4mm bicone bead, and size 11 round seed bead. I want to attach the size 11 round seed bead to a size 15 sitting between Delica beads with a single square stitch. So it means that I bead through the size 15 in the opposite direction, I pull my thread, and then I bead through the size 11 one more time. So this is how it should look like. I always make sure not to pull the thread on the edge of the bicone beads, but otherwise a super easy step and such a nice idea from Zuzi how to expand the motif. And now I pick up 4mm bicone, 3mm bicone, size 15. I bead through the next Delica bead on the next corner, and now we are at the part where the top and the bottom will be identical, but the sides will be different. So the top was the decoration with the bicone beads and the square stitch in the middle, and now I pick up a size 15, 5 pieces of Miyuki Delica seed beads, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I simply bead through the size 15 sitting between the Delicas. Then I pick up the same in opposite order, so 5 Miyuki Delicas and a single size 15, and then I bead through the Delica between the fire polished beads. I repeat the first part of the step, picking up size 15, 3mm bicone, 4mm bicone, and round 11. I create the single square stitch using the size 15 between the Delicas and then beading again through the size 11. I finish off this part by picking up 4mm bicone, 3mm bicone, size 15. I bead through the delica in between the fire polished beads. I pick up size 15 and 5 delica beads, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I bead through the size 15, and to finish off this part, again, I pick up 5 pieces of delicas, one size 15. I bead through the delica on the corner, and I repeat the thread path through the seed beads and the bicones at the top, through the size 15, 2 bicones, size 11, 2 bicones, and one more seed bead in the size 15. And my thread should hang towards a delica bead. So this is how it looks like. Ginny says, this jewel reminds me of my mother's jewelry box. She wore the clip-on earrings from the 50s and 60s that are made up of beads wires to a metal base that were often in a circle. So nice that this brings out those nostalgic memories, Ginny. I know that you have a big collection of beautiful old jewelry. Now I'm switching to step 8. And I will work with peyote stitch. So I'm exiting a size 15 and pick up a size 11. I skip the delica and I bead through size 15 and milky delica. I pick up a delica, I skip a delica and bead through the second one. You see the peyote stitch forming here? So we are creating kind of like a zip. Now again, I pick up a delica, I skip one in the middle, in the base round, and then I bead through delica, size 15 delica. And now I mirror this shape by picking up a delica, skipping one in the base circle and beading through the second. Again, picking up a delica, skipping one in the base circle, and beading through delica and size 15. Now I add a size 11 round seed bead on the corner. I skip the delica between the fire polished beads and I bead through size 15, bicone, bicone, size 11, bicone, bicone, size 15. And I do the same on the other side. So I add a size 11 on the corner. I skip the delica and bead through size 15 and delica. And then I add 2 delica beads with peyote stitch. Zuzi started to incorporate peyote stitch to her designs more. I think she's intrigued by this and now she's experimenting, getting comfortable, and I'm really curious if she will include this stitch in her bigger designs in the future. All eyes on you, Zuzi. Here in the middle, I bead it through delica, size 15 delica. I add 2 more delica beads with peyote stitch. I bead through delica and size 15. I add a size 11 on the corner, and then I need to get in position for the next step. So I start repeating the thread path until I am exiting the second delica bead added on the side of the motif. So this is how it should look like. So now the top and the bottom are identical and the sides are different. And we have only one more step left, where we will add 2 more pieces of 3mm pearls and a bit of seed beads at the bottom and the top. So exiting that delica bead, I pick up a 3mm pearl and I bead through the delica in the same position below the one I was exiting. This is how it should look like. Take a good look of it. I'm bringing it closer to the camera. And then I will bead through the seed beads and the bicones on the edge until exiting the first 4mm bicone bead. I pick up the combination of delica, size 15 delica, I skip the size 11, and then I continue through the bicones and seed beads until, again, exiting the second delica bead that I added with peyote stitch. Now it's time to add that second new pearl for this step. So I pick up the 3mm pearl and I bead through the delica below in the same position as the one that I was exiting. And I want to get in position for adding the last group of 3 seed beads. So I continue through the beads on the edge until exiting the first 4mm bicone bead. Now I pick up delica, size 15 delica, and I continue through the bicone beads. So dear ladies, this was the basic motif that you can either like make a smaller variation of it, or if maybe you can add some more. You can make it into an earring, a brooch, a pendant. You can join several components into a bracelet even, for example, like this. You have many, many different possibilities. I will switch back now to my face camera, and please let me know if you have any questions about this motif, about anything else. Now is the time to bring on your questions. If there is something how I can help you out today. Next Tuesday, I am looking forward to meeting you again with Coffee Time with Erika, and we are going to talk about International Beading Week. And since for me, beading is very much rooted in traditions and history, then I will also make a list of all the beautiful videos that we have from the Crystal Valley, and we plan to create a blog post where you can have everything together from those videos, which will be a very valuable resource when you want to learn more about Czech bead making. So that will be one of our surprises waiting for you during International Beading Week. As you could see with today's motif, it really does matter that what kind of seed beads we are adding to our creations, even if they are the tiniest components that we are using, but they really make a difference. And that's why I'm always choosing intentionally on topic, playing with the source of inspiration, also the colors and the finishes of the seed beads that come in your team boxes. And one of the seed beads, or like several of the seed beads actually, that we included in the Towards the Lighthouse box, I chose it because it reminds me of sea glass, tiny pieces of glass that were tumbled in the sea, becoming tiny jewels that you can find on the beach. But there are many different colors of sea glass, and not all of them fit into the box. And that's why we created the Miyuki Sea Glass Fuchsia box for you. The fuchsia box refers to the color of the packaging, actually, not what's inside. And it means that it's always a collection that can be yours for an amazing price. And I would like to show you a little video where you can see all the different colors of sea glass Miyuki seed beads that I found for you when I was researching the possibilities for this theme. All of them in that fuchsia box that can be yours now. I would also like to bring it to your attention that we have the size 6 Miyuki Baroque pearls now available in different colors. And this is actually one of the shapes that are used in multiple designs through the whole Towards the Lighthouse theme. So in case that you would like to pick up some more, then you can see the link, the QR code on the page, on the screen, and I also posted the link in a comment. And my favorite is the bronze one. And now I will look through your questions. Maybe you have a question while I was talking. Angelina has an idea to create a necklace, a stunning necklace from 5 of the motifs together. Ariane says, bon appetit. Dankeschön, Ariane. Martika says, this is a great pattern with so many possibilities. I completely agree. Annette likes the idea of the blog. Cindy also says, that sounds wonderful. And this is a beautiful jewel from Zuzi. Well, thank you very, very much for your attention, ladies. Nancy is asking at what time dinner is served. So it's nearly 6 p.m. So it will be served around 6 p.m. And I can really smell it, and it smells so good. I'm looking forward to it very much. So thank you so much for your attention, ladies. Have lots of fun with this amazing motif from Zuzi. Keep the jewels posted in the Beading School Club, and I can't wait to see all your color combinations tomorrow after my morning coffee. For now, have a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves. Happy beading, and see you soon. Bye-bye.